Hello, English 1 PreAP Lions. I have for you today your PreAP English 1 author background research. So you're going to go to readylibrary.com and you're going to click on the PreAP link here. Once you click on this, there will be a link to the Mac and VIA group, and this video helper will appear right down here. So you're going to click on this to go straight into the Mac and VIA group. You may have to log in with the school is Reedy. The login is your 6-digit student ID, and the password is your 8-digit birthday. A couple of things up here. I have a link to your rubric, and I also have Sandra Cisneros' name, because as it is a little complicated to spell, this way you can copy and paste it when you are looking in some of these databases down here. For this particular assignment, I do not necessarily recommend that you use Britannica School as a source. However, you can, but there's going to be just very little information, basic information about her life's work, her accomplishments, that sort of thing. And so that's going to be what you're going to find in here. And so if you do need to use this, you can certainly cite it MLA. Click on this little cite button right here, make sure it says MLA, and copy and paste this citation into your works cited page. Encyclopedias are a nice place to start if you don't know anything at all about the person, because it's just going to kind of give you a brief overview. The next resources that I'm going to show you have lots of different types of resources in them, so I want you to be aware of that before you start going into them. So for instance, we're going to go first to the Gale Literature Resource Center. This is one of the databases that you can sign in with Google, and you can automatically save any of the information straight into your Google Drive with this. So you can put in our author's name. You will notice here is a full biography of her right at the top, and then down here you will notice that these say that they are literature criticism, literary criticism. So these down here are going to be essays. This is an interview. Here is a biography, a critical essay interview. Those are biographies. This is a work overview. You'll want to make sure that whatever these are, that these are works that you are actually covering for her or interested in about her. Reviews and news. So down here is going to be reviews of some of book reviews, things like that. So you're going to notice that there's lots of different types of resources in this particular database. Here we have primary sources and literary works. So you're just going to be aware that as you go through here, there's lots of different types of sources about her, and depending on the information that you need for this author background will depend on what type of source that you choose. And up here you'll notice there's a quick guide to so you can click on whichever one of these types of sources you most need. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and click on this first one just to show you where your citations are. You're going to come up here to citation tools. You're going to make sure it's MLA, and then you're going to copy and paste this citation into your works cited. You can also, of course, in this database, you can download this whole article and save it to your Google Drive if you want. Okay, so just be aware that in this particular database, the Gale Literature Resource Center, you're going to have lots of different types of sources. Okay, and the next one that I'm going to show you is going to be the Gale Artemis Literary sources. And so again, we're going to put in our author. And again, you're going to notice that there are different types of resources: literary criticism, biographies, topic and work overviews, review and news, primary sources and library works, multimedia. So depending on what you are looking for with her will depend on what type of source that you click on. Okay, this is one of the things that Gale offers, which is a topic finder, and I don't know if it's going to, oh, sure enough. So if you are looking for something specific about her, this might help you. The topic finder might help you as far as narrowing down sources about House on Mango Street, you know, Women, Hollering Creek, Wicked Ways, San Antonio High School, whatever, Mexican Americans poetry. So depending on what you're specifically looking for, you can click on some of these different things on this wheel, and then it will pull up resources specifically about the thing on the wheel that you clicked on. Okay. So let's just go ahead and go back to where we were. So again, I'm just going to click on one of these. Let's say that this is an article that you want to use. In this database, you will notice that the citation tool appears for you right up here at the top again. So MLA, make sure you copy and paste. You can also sign in with your Google account on this one and download anything from this one straight into your Google Drive as well. Okay, so some other features up here that you may or may not want to use, totally up to you. All right, so we've covered this one, and so I'm going to show you the Lit Finder for schools. This one, again, paste in your search term. This one's going to have fewer things, so this one may or may not be one that you want to use, but it just has the one biography, and then it has 3 topic and work overviews. So depending on what you're looking for, this one may or may not have something that you need. Okay, but I wanted to put it in here because it did have a few resources. The last one I'm going to show you is GVRL. GVRL is a collection of ebooks and reference books type things. So over here you're going to notice there's 45 biographies, 30 critical essays, 26 work overviews, topic overview, etc. So you'll be able to see those all right here, and if you click that view more, you'll see that there's even more information here. Okay, so these are going to most likely probably be excerpts from larger books, but they're going to have excerpts about her in particular and some of her work. Okay, so let's say you wanted to use this one. This is another one. You can sign in with your Google account. You can click on citation tools, make sure you grab the citation for this, MLA, and then of course you can download it to your Google Drive. Okay. For PreAP kids, I added something in here. This is Scribble. So whenever you, if this is something that you want to use, I wanted to show you really quickly. Scribble is an online annotation tool. I already have an account. If you don't have an account, you're going to sign up for free. Go through the steps to sign up, and then you'll notice that my library pops up and it's populated with lots of things. Okay, yours will pop up and it will be empty, but basically you can use Scribble. You can use it if you are in an article. If you're in an article from one of the databases, you can use Scribble. You can use it for online articles, all sorts of things. Okay, so let's just say that okay, so I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to open up Britannica School. Okay, so let's say this is an article that I want to put in Scribble. You will download in Scribble up here. Once you're in your library, you'll click on Tools, and then you will download the extension. It'll say Install Now right there. You're going to download that. Okay, and then once you do, you'll have this little red toolbar up here. Okay, so I want to come into this article and I want to annotate it. Okay, so I can take my little Scribble toolbar here, and depending on what kind of device you're on will depend on the functionality of your toolbar, but you can highlight, make a note, change the text color, all kinds of things right there. You can also this is a great citation generator for web. It has a little bit more difficult time generating citations when you're in a database, so I would rely on the database citations, but if you're using websites, it's good for that. Anyways, let's say I want to use this article. I can save this article. Tags are really important in Scribble, so I'm going to put in Sandra Cisneros as a tag, and then that way when I go back to my library, once I've annotated the article and all that good stuff, I can come back to my library and I'll be able to see that I now have a Sandra Cisneros tag. So if I had, 3 or 4 articles and I have my and I have them right here, it's just a neat way to organize it, and then you can select the articles and tell it you want it to create a bibliography of your articles. So it's just kind of a neat online annotation tool as well as saving your articles. Tags are really important, so when you're making your tags, make sure you're making the tags for an assignment so that when you click on it, you can pull up just the articles for that assignment. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys that handy tool. It may be something you want to use. It's not something you have to use. I do have the MLA citation guide on here as well as a link to Google Drive. As always, if you have any questions throughout the course of your research, feel free to come and see me or email me, lambertn@friscoisd.org. And good luck, Lions!